Welcome to the Science of Gratitude podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Valerie Mukanga, and each week we'll explore how gratitude transforms our lives through powerful stories and insights. Let's dive in. Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to our podcast, The Science of Gratitude, which is a podcast where we like to share a little testimony because that's a sign of us being grateful for what the Lord has done in our lives. And we know that, that's going to help somebody overcome something because what we go through is not what only us go through, but we know that some other people might be experiencing the same situation and may find encouragement and or ways to overcome it. So I have for you a special guest, and this is Miss Rose, and I'm gonna have her introduce herself.
Hello, I'm Rose Davine, and I'm an artist, but I have been a caregiver for years and years and years. So I'm just starting out professionally as an artist now.
Wonderful. And do you have any family situation you want to share? Any married?
Oh, I, I've I don't know how to put it, but I think I've been through it all when it comes to different traumas, but the Lord has helped me escape them all
Mm.
and has brought me on the other side. So he's had me pretty much walking on water my whole life, and it'd be nice to kind of cross over and be done with the storms, but it's nice that he's there with me. So
Yes, but I do know that we always, go through storms. It's just a story of going through a situation and coming out of it until we exit this place. That's pretty much the way it is, right?
yes, and I've been blessed to have you come and help me out of a few of those.
Well, we know that actually Miss Rose is one of my good friends. So we've known each other. She does have two wonderful children, and
Yes,
she's
I
actually
have a Josiah and a Sophia, and they're bubbly and beautiful. So.
wonderful, wonderful. So dear, would you please walk us through, testimony, the story that you wanted to share with our audience? What is it that you want to share, and what is it that you're grateful for God having taken you out?
Well, you, when you first asked me to come and to describe something, you wanted me to tell about what, like something that the Lord has done for me. And in all honesty, I couldn't think of something He hasn't done.
Uh,
Um, you were with me at different times that were hard when I walked through a divorce. And I never thought I would ever be a person that got divorced. And so it was very difficult. And I was remembering this morning briefly before leaving Texas to go to California. I was at a church I'd never been to before. And I was sitting in the back pew and I was praying. And I said, "Okay, Lord, you want me to go, and you're telling me I'm going to be safe, and me and my children. And I really don't know at this point. I've packed my car, I've got everything ready, and I'm believing that you want me to go, but I don't know what to do at this point because I don't have anything."
mhm.
And I heard the Lord say, "What do you need, honey?" And I said, "Well, you want me to go to California, and it's going to cost $300 in gas to get there, and I don't have it."
Mm.
A man, moments later, tapped me on the shoulder with an envelope, and he said, "The Lord sees you and He hears you, and He wants you to know He's taking care of everything."
Wow.
And inside the envelope was $300.
Wow.
Three 100s.
Wow.
So, in the most difficult and hardest situation of my life,
Mm.
He was there. And He's been there in every single situation.
Mhm.
And, when I didn't know how to parent my children,
Yes.
He brought me parenting classes
Wow.
through Christians that knew what they were doing and had been through what I had been through and
Mm.
had the answers because I didn't.
Right.
So every time I've reached out to ask him for help,
Mm-hmm.
he's been there with answers,
Mm-hmm.
whether through other people
Mm-hmm.
or other situations or circumstances. He's been there.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes right away, and sometimes what may seem like a delay, like when Daniel prayed and it was delayed, but it came. The
Mm-hmm.
answer and the message came. So, through all the heartaches and the pain and the struggling and the blessings of life, He has been with me. And I'm forever thankful that no matter how unfaithful I have been, He
Mm-hmm.
has always been faithful. He has always been good. He's always been true, and He keeps His word.
Right. You know what I absolutely love about what you just shared is that you were in need of $300, and that's what you asked for, and that's exactly what you got out of the most unexpected source. Someone that just tapped you on the shoulder, did not know your story, did not
Didn't
know,
know me. Mhm.
but 300, is what you got. And that
Yeah.
just that cannot be chance. I don't view it as, a happenstance, right? I feel
Yeah.
like definitely like an answer to a cry out to the Lord.
There was another time years before that when I had my daughter, but I hadn't yet married and had my son. And I was a caregiver for a lady named Lauren, and it was a recent position, and she had many other caregivers, and she was planning to go to a Patricia King big tent event meeting with Todd White and all the others. And it was this huge conference, and I knew that the Lord wanted me to go with her, but not as her caregiver. And so I asked her, can I go with you, but just go as a friend and
Right.
have my own car and my own things? And they said, yes, come along. Well, before leaving, the Lord told me, pack cold clothes, cold weather clothes. I said, oh, okay. I don't really understand, but sure.
What was it that you were
Mm.
doing?
I was going across the state from Texas to Arizona to a conference.
Okay. I'm
And
trying to understand why you're wondering why cold clothes. I mean, now that you're saying
yeah,
Arizona.
doesn't make sense. You're going to the desert in the middle of the summer and it's hot or something, No, it might have been fall, so but it's not
Yeah.
cold there.
Right.
So, um, backstory a little bit. I had moved from Idaho to Texas and had been in Texas a couple of months with my newborn daughter. She was about a year actually at that time. So we go, and I had, after paying for gas and food and the different things, all I had was $200.
Hmm.
And the Lord told me to put that $200 in the offering plate. I
Wow.
was so scared. I'm like, you mean I'm not going to make it back home? Yeah, what are you going to do? What's your plan? And I was so scared I didn't want to do it. So I said, hey, how about I go and give it to the actual presenter there? Let me go get it to Katie Souza over there. And she's holding that plate. I'll hand it to her because I'm too scared to put it in the plate. But she's holding the plate. So I put it in there, and I had just enough gas to get back and forth to the hotel for the remainder of the conference. The very last day, I'm shaking in my boots, like, we still don't have a plan, Lord. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going, and I have no money. What are
Mhm.
we doing? So I'm shaking and I'm carrying Sophia. We're walking into the conference. A lady comes running up to me who didn't even know me. She gives me this big old hug and says she's been waiting for me because the Lord had a gift for me and gave me $20 and said, don't worry. God told me to tell you He's taking care of everything. He wanted me to find the lady with the girl wearing pink and tell her this and hand her this.
And so,
So
so
I had,
wearing pink at the time.
yes.
Okay.
I mean, so I had a promise. Okay, he knows what he's doing. Everything's going to work out. So at the very end of the conference, I still don't know what's happening. That evening, some friends I had made at the conference
Mhm.
told me, "You can stay at my house anytime you want to.
Wow.
You're welcome. We love you." My daughter had been playing with their daughters. I said, is tonight a good night? Because I don't know where I'm going." So I was welcomed at their house, and I was there for a week. A few other people that I'd met at the conference had been praying, and they said, "You came in our prayers, and you keep coming in our prayers as we're asking the Lord where this other lady is supposed to be going."
Mm-hmm.
So before leaving to
Mm-hmm.
go to Jen Baca's house, the one I had stayed with that week,
Mm-hmm.
um, I needed directions to get there.
Right.
And uh, GPS wasn't working. It was a weird place. I had to get a handwritten map.
Gotcha.
So
Wow.
these people, before leaving, they were in their van, and I just waved them off and said, "Hey, can you help me? My crew already left, and I don't know how to get to their house." So
Mm-hmm.
they helped me map out a plan of how to get there. And those were the people that had been praying. And one of those ladies had prophesied over me that God was going to send me a Naomi that I would go with and travel with. And by this time, I felt like, okay, God wanted me to pack cold weather clothes because He wants me to go to Idaho. Because I didn't yet get rid of all the things. It's still in my grandpa's garage. I need to relieve him of those things and
Right.
then go back to Texas.
Uh-huh.
So these people had prayed for about a week, and she had had a dream months prior that she was supposed to go to this conference and then go up north.
Wow.
And I don't remember all the details of her dream, but in their prayer, they unlocked it and they realized, you're supposed to go with her. She's supposed to go with you. You're both supposed to go north to Idaho together.
Uh-huh.
So that began a huge journey
Mm-hmm.
of like about a year long of traveling with the Lord without having any money and having Naomi and people randomly helping us. Going to a hotel, maybe only having $20. The person says, "We're going to give you the executive suite for whatever change you have."
Wow.
I mean, miracles after miracles.
Wow.
Now, now this when I was done with all the traveling
Mm-hmm.
and I returned back to Texas,
Mm-hmm.
the Lord had me go to Christ for the Nations for a short season. And I was standing in line and I was about to pay for the rent and I was trembling. And I'm like, "God, why am I nervous? Why am I shaking? Why am I trembling?"
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew I still didn't have the job lined up that was going to pay for it. I didn't have all that I needed financially.
Right.
And the Lord said, "It takes just as much faith to stay as
Mm-hmm.
it does to go."
Okay. Wow.
So it's a faith journey, whether you have a home and you're trying to keep a home and all the things that a home requires, electricity, water, like cleaning supplies, like every little thing, toilet paper, or whether you're the traveler and you're expecting help of other people who have the stability.
Right. No, this is very well put, actually. Yes, because you just have to, like the Bible says, to not lean onto your own understanding, but in all your ways you acknowledge Him, and He directs your path. And I love how you said that it's whether you are staying or you're going, no matter what the situation is, you need to learn how to trust, and that's
Yeah.
really, really, really important. And you know what else I like about what you shared, and thank you so much for being vulnerable and open, is that just the daily walk and the daily promptings and instruction that you listen to. And, you know, when you said that the Lord said, put the $200 in a plate, you would always expect, okay, I'm about to reap 100-fold, but comes and it's like 10 times less.
Oh, 10% of what I gave you.
Not, but like you can end up like getting into a state of despair, or like, did I really hear right? Or what
Yes.
what like what bewitched me to believe? Was it me? Was it, I must have been dumb to really, listen to this. But it's just the little, like when you trust in the little things, then he's able to continue on, and unveil what he has in mind.
Mm.
He doesn't always tell you everything. uh,
Right.
Sometimes, it's just one instruction that you obey after another, and then you see the big picture. Yes.
Well, and what you said too, what bewitched me to do that? So, hearing the Lord, yes, that's amazing and wonderful, but there are other spirits and they are talking to us too. And we
Hmm.
do have to discern and decipher, okay, is this something that the Lord is wanting me to do? Is
Hmm.
this something that I am wanting to do? Or is
Right.
this something that the enemy is trying to trick me into doing?
Right.
And I have had each and every one of those situations and scenarios. And you really have to be like, okay, God, I really I want to trust you. I want to have faith, but I have to figure out, is this a motive of mine? Is this something the Holy Spirit would prompt me to do?
Hmm.
Or is this something that the enemy has planned as a trick for me?
Right.
I,
Because
yeah.
talking various voices, one of the major ones is ourselves. It's our own voice too. You know,
Yeah.
you just feel like you hear something within yourself and you're thinking, oh, that's the Lord, or maybe, oh, that's the enemy. So that's where, it's very important to develop that very important spirit of the capacity to discern, you know,
Mhm.
truly know what God is saying, because he says that, his sheep knows his voice. So you have to
Yeah.
train yourself to really understand what he's saying when he's saying it, and obeying when it's him on time, right? Because
Yes.
delayed obedience, it doesn't always work out for the good, for the best.
Yeah. I mean, it worked out okay for Jonah, and it can work out okay for us, but there's a little suffering that goes with that delayed obedience.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Yeah. But yes,
Hmm.
this have been has been a very lovely conversation. I really truly enjoyed it. I got to discover some more things about you, because, I mean, no matter how good friends you are, there's always something that the other ones is not going to know. So I just love, the fact that this episode focused on, God's provision, right?
Yes.
And just his providence, like how he really just takes care of you. And no matter where you go, where you coming from, or what stage of life you are at, whether you have a lot or you don't, he's always there to help in, this life of providence. And it's always attached to instruction and obedience. So I just
Mhm.
absolutely loved it. Tell me, Ms. Rose, so if I know that you said earlier that you are an artist. If somebody wanted to see your craft, where should they go?
Well, I would suggest for now that they go to my new website. It's RAD, it's rad, it's divine. So radivine.com. And that it just launched today, actually.
Oh,
So it's pretty amazing that you have me on your show today. There's a few edits and things I need to do on there, but it's available for everyone to look at. And that is simply my prints. That has nothing to do with jewelry, clothes, photography, anything else, but just strictly the painting that I've done throughout the years. Just a few pieces that they can print and have for themselves.
Wonderful. And when she talked about photography and printing, she's also a seamstress. So, I mean, her creativity, like, just goes into so many, areas and venues. But thank you so much for accepting my invitation to the Science of Gratitude. This was such a good time that I had with you, and I'm sure that this will bless somebody because there is a lot of people that may be going through the same situation you went through or something similar that would find hope in what we talked about today. So
Thank you. I was so honored to be a part of it.
oh, thank you. So, for everybody else, we'll see you on the next episode of The Science of Gratitude. Take care. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Science of Gratitude podcast. If this episode resonated with you, please subscribe, share it, and leave us a review. Your support helps us keep spreading the power of gratitude. And until next time, stay grateful. God bless you.